It's showtime.
Okay guys, welcome back. You're watching the STPL. We're about to head into game number 2 between NetWars and Red Clan. Obviously game 1 was pretty sick. We had Yeti versus Best. A little bit of an awkward color palette, but it's all good. And you know the funny thing, we've got a similar color palette now, but it's a little bit easier to tell. It's obviously going to be a TVZ this time rather than a PvP as well, so that does help differentiate the units. But it should be a good one, so without further ado, let's introduce our next couple of players as we get into game number 2. Okay, so kogeT, really strong Polish Terran. I nearly said from Poland, obviously if he's a Polish Terran he's from Poland. But he did an incredible job last round, doing an incredible job for his team this round. Currently has won all of his matches. From round 3. His opponent, the one, the only Joe Summers from Scotland, UK. It's Cadenzie. Cadenzie obviously tearing it up in Korea at the moment. Did win the first Ladies Africa Star League. Won that. Got LASIK as well. And now she is currently not blind anymore. She can actually see without the use of glasses. And she is back here once again for some more STPL games. She went 2 for 2 last round. Did win her only game so far this round. She hasn't actually played against Terran in the tournament yet. Thank you very much for the follow, winless player. kogeT, of course, has won his only TVZ. One thing I'm looking forward to is when the new database is done, we're going to be able to see who he actually played against and who he beat. So looking forward to being able to bring that to you guys. That should be coming at the end of the year when I get all that sorted even. But they are going to be moving on to Benzene. Now, Benzene? I was thinking Cadenzie. But Benzene, obviously a 2-player map. You may recognize it from back in the day. If not, you will recognize it from the current ladder season. One of my favorite 2-player maps in the game. Very cool for TVZ. Currently Terran are up 2 for 0 against Kia. But let's see if Cadenzie can bring this back. kogeT going to be a very strong ZBT opponent for her here. But Cadenzie's specialty is her ZBT. Her muteless micro is absolutely insane. Obviously there may be a little bit of lag in this game, so we could see a lurker build from her, but still cannot wait. Huge thank you, Oasis I think that name was, for the follow. I'm going to load up Streamlabs so I can see exactly who's following, because I never check OBS quick enough to see who it is. But without, really looking forward to game number 2 here, so let's actually head on into said game number 2. It's Red's Cadenzie versus NetWars kogeT for the second game of this match. Okay, and starting us off here in the top right-hand position, we do have the Blue Zerg fighting for Red Clan. It is Cadenzie. Ozal, thank you for the follow. And spawning down here in the bottom left-hand position, we do have the Teal Terran fighting for NetWars. Their ex-captain, who did step down because him and his wife gave birth to yet another son. I don't know if it's a son or daughter, but he had another baby, is what I meant to say. It's kogeT. Oh man, turn rate 8 in TVZ is not fun for either player, but this is a global tournament. Unfortunately, there can be some lag issues sometimes. North Korea getting in the way of a lot of connections to South Korea, unfortunately, which does make things a little bit more awkward. A lot of the traffic has to go through the Pacific, through the Atlantic and then through the Pacific through America to get there. But hopefully one day we'll have a good internet infrastructure. It's kind of ironic given the fact that South Korea was one massive LAN. Like pretty much everything is great for them. Obviously China a bit of a problem as well with when it comes to internet. They don't want to let too much traffic go through their own lines and everything like that because of the Great Firewall. But let's see exactly what we're going to see from both players here. Cadenzie is going into a very, very fast gas behind a first hatchery, so no spawning pool just yet. Kind of interested by this build. I know Cadenzie's been learning a lot from players like players like Jadong as well during her time in Korea, so could have a little bit of a interesting thing coming up. Now kogeT's actually going for a wall. Now this is a really good wall. It's actually link tight, which does make it a little bit better against these kind of early tech openings. Probably going to be going for a 1-1-1, and that's going to start with a proxy factory here. Now, is Cadenzie going to scout for this? She's going to be able to move in and see the fact there's a wall. She won't be able to go much further in. So Cadenzie is going to be in the dark for the time being, or whether or not there's going to be some kind of expansion here. And Zella. Or C-Lot. I don't know. I don't know what you're going on about TT1, but I'm glad to see you back from Korea, man. Obviously the factory now finishing up. Now kogeT is a very, very big advocate of going for 2-port Wraith. One thing to point out is he's still mining from his gas with all 3 workers, so we're likely going to see 2-port Wraith here, but Cadenzie going for her speciality, going for a 2-hatchery play here. Now, she has practiced so much against me playing in lag with like 2-hatch muta, and she has killed me so many times because she is so much better than me. But kogeT immediately going into a vulture, and behind this is going for double starport. Now interestingly, he's actually building this very close to the edge of the base, but as you can see, Cadenzie is unable to see anything yet. Now Cadenzie should know that possibly
I like your style, friend.
Something is going on. Huge thank you, Cadenzie, once again for gifting yet another person a sub to my channel who probably didn't want to sub to me. That does mean a lot. Obviously, we are getting a little bit closer to that 50 sub goal for making me sing that weird meme song. We're at 11 so far, so if you want to help get that or help make that happen, you can hit that sub button. Not that, I mean, I really don't want to sing the song, but I will. I promised if I got to 100 subs, then, I mean, Cadenzie donated like $100, so I kind of said for her I'd drop it down to 50. But I'm not dropping it any further. But Cadenzie, of course, a very, very generous person. I mean, she makes so much money in dirty esports money, so that's where that's coming from. But we do have a single vulture coming in. kogeT with very good vulture micro.
I like your style, friend.
Thank you, Blue Falcon. Welcome to the team. Now, we do have Cadenzie moving forward with some links. The first vulture has gone down, but these wraiths are going to be the true story here. The wraiths are actually going to go reveal themselves to the Overlord, so this should give Cadenzie the idea of what's going on. This is actually going to be a lurker build. I mean, the lurkers aren't going to do too much. They can't shoot up. But the thing is, Cadenzie is going to have those Hydras there to help defend against these raids. There's not going to be a single bout of cloak just yet. The factory is actually going to fly back. Now, how much damage is kogeT going to be able to do? They said it was about turn rate 8. And obviously, in lag, much like microing mutas is hard, microing wraiths is incredibly hard. It is 50, but there we go. It looks like we are going to have at least one drone going down. kogeT trying to make the best of what he can. Obviously, 2 wraiths do very, very pitiful amounts of damage. It does take 3 volleys from 2 wraiths to be able to kill drones. Obviously, 2 from 4. But the thing is, Cadenzie doesn't really have that many drones right now, so any drones that she does lose is a big deal. We've got the control tower coming back in down here, so he's going to be able to go into cloak. Another Overlord going down. That's going to be a big moment. A second Overlord. I mean, one of the wraiths has gone down, but that's going to be 3 Overlords now. Cadenzie is going to be unable to build anything. She's actually going into an evolution chamber now to go in to creep colony, or spore colonies even. But kogeT is slowly going to be building up his wraith count here, and this is going to be a big deal. He is going to scout the fact there is a lurker as well. The lurker, unfortunately, is not going to be able to do anything. But kogeT doing a very good job so far, doing everything he needs to do. There is a lurker here at the front. It is going to be able to take down this bunker, possibly. There is currently no detection whatsoever, so this lurker is going to be able to kill everything. If the wraiths go away, Cadenzie's going to unburrow the lurker, move in. Cadenzie really needs to try and get some repairs down, but you can see that this Wraith is doing so much. The SCV taking a lot of damage. The Marines need to pull back. The Marines going down as well. Actually building another bunker behind this. The units at the front have been cleaned up. The Lurker, of course, not going to be able to do too much without unburrowing. But this is a very big move for Cadenzie. She's going to save her bases for now. She does not have to worry about any two-port Wraith coming for her. But unfortunately for kogeT, this Lurker isn't going to be going anywhere. And these Wraiths are going to be worth their weight in absolute gold if he can get Cloak off. But I don't think Cloak has finished yet. May have just finished actually. But kogeT going to be flying in. Going to see the fact there is Hydralisk. Looks like he did actually skip out on Cloak for now. Did have to spend a lot of money to try and build stuff to defend against the Lurker. But the Lurker actually manages to get by. It's got 5 kills already. And it's in the mineral line. There is a scan now though. So that Lurker's going to go down. But that's just one of possibly many. Cadenzie still has a good number of Hydralisks out the front here. And there is only a single bunker here to defend this. kogeT is still on one base. Cadenzie has started to drone up behind this. And wow, it looks like Cadenzie actually killed one of her own. Wait. I'm guessing Cadenzie didn't kill that, right? That would be a bit weird, but kogeT gonna save his buildings. Very attentive commander there. Academy is up, Engineering Bay is up as well. Now there's a few transitions you can do outside of the back. Yeah, there's a few transitions you can do outside of the back of a two-port Wraith. You can carry on with Wraiths, which kogeT has actually kind of done. But he kind of delayed those to get Cloak up now. Obviously Cloak going to really help him against dealing with these Lurkers, but the trouble is he's not going to know the Lurkers are there until possibly too late. Obviously if a scan does go down, there's going to be at least one dead Lurker there. But the Wraith's still scouring around, seeing if they can see any units before they go out. Wow, I had no idea that Last was married. That's new for me, so... but looks like Cadenzie's still doing a fairly good... Oh no, this is sneaky. Now one of the things about this map that you may not know of is there is a power generator here. It's just a single power generator if I remember correctly. And if you break through this, you're going to be able to break through into the main. Now obviously there are two-port Wraiths still doing damage in the main of Cadenzie, but the trouble is there's a spore colony here. The Wraiths are not going to be able to deal with this. And what is kogeT going to be able to do when he has 5 Lurkers barreling down into his mineral line? There's no detection here. There's actually only 1 scan available at the moment. Going to be 2 by the time they get there. But kogeT unfortunately is not going to have enough units back here to defend an Overlord. Coming in with the Hydralisk now to help defend the things. We do have a single SCV to scout for this, but you can see immediately kogeT is going to have to pull all of his units. He's going to have to try and kill all of the Lurkers before they can burrow. A good spread of his units so far. Going to be able to get at least one of those Lurkers, but the trouble is, this is going to be no more mining. There is a second scan.
I like your style, friend.
Thank you, TT1. Welcome, Foxan, to the club. But there we go. We've got the Wraiths back here. There's not that many Hydralisks, but you can see the command center is actually being targeted down by Cadenzie now. She's trying to break her way through. Looks like the siege tank is being repaired. He does have siege mode, but the trouble is when this comsat goes down, what is he going to have to be able to deal with this? It looks like there was a scan and it lasted long enough, so all of the Lurkers actually being taken out here. I mean, if he... Oh, this is clever. That is a boss move by kogeT, sending a single SCV on top of the Lurker, shooting it to kill it with Splash. That is incredibly clever. Very hard to do as well, so good work by kogeT. kogeT is going to be able to hold on for now. But the big problem is Cadenzie still has a lot of Hydralisks. They're going to be moving across. They're going to find the Wraiths in the middle of the map. One of them goes down immediately. And this is a good number of Overlords to help escort these across the map. These Wraiths, unfortunately, not really going to be able to do too much. Cadenzie pulling her drones away once again. kogeT going to be a little bit disappointed. Interestingly, there's still no creep colony here, but to be honest, it's likely because she's been spending so much on Hydralisk. Now, the one thing is, kogeT is still on one base. He does have a decent number of tanks. He is going to completely bunker up here. He saw the Hydralisk coming. He's going to build another bunker. That's going to be 3 bunkers for kogeT, but only one of them is going to have any Marines in, I believe, by the time this happens. And obviously Cadenzie getting ready to move in once again, an Overlord over here. The Wraiths are actually going to try and take down this spawning pool. There's not really that much here to defend. Cadenzie sending everything out on the attack, so when this spawning pool goes down, that's going to be kind of annoying. Going to force Cadenzie to build them again. But kogeT's still unable to... Oh, Cadenzie actually managed to save this. They're still... Oh, what the heck? They're just in range. But here we go, looks like we've got the big push in. A bunker is there to defend. The Hydralisk forced back by the 2 siege tanks. That's kind of a big moment in this game. The spawning pool is going to go down. Good micro by kogeT and good defense by him as well. And kogeT is finally going in to another couple of barracks. He has a science facility as well. He is going to be able to get a vessel, or he already has done, so that's going to help him defend. But this is still anyone's game. kogeT obviously still only on 1 base. Going to be focusing on doing as much damage as humanly possible, checking for a possible 3rd base, not seeing it, seeing that there's no additional tech in the natural as well, and knowing that the spawning pool still hasn't been rebuilt. This is still going to be a pretty big move. I mean, Cadenzie still building more and more lurkers, just spreading them out absolutely everywhere. But both of them still doing a really, really good job. kogeT pushing around with his Wraith, still checking for any hidden expansions. One of the big ways you can lose this Terran when you're on 1 base is if the Zerg has 3 bases, but he knows there's very little mining going on by Cadenzie. Cadenzie's still very, very low on the drone count. 3rd hatchery is coming up in the main, so Cadenzie knows that there's a possible push coming out soon. She's probably got a lot of experience against this kind of play. It's going to be double science vessel. When kogeT can actually afford it. Unfortunately, when you're on 1 gas, you can't really afford that many vessels and siege tanks and everything else. Probably going into bio upgrades. Well, at least he should be. Looks like he's just going to try and hold on and try and get an expansion up. But he really does need to look into trying getting some medics and some fire bats. There we go. Stim has finally started up. kogeT can beat my record of setting the natural down on 18th minute mark. That's Radley for you guys. Radley is the king of 1 base in everything. Like, oh my god, the tanks on the high ground actually doing a lot of damage. 7 kills between them. Obviously they weren't all drones. Only 3 of the drones did go down. But Cadenzie does not have any units to deal with this. This is such a clever move by kogeT. kogeT going to be building his natural here at 14 minutes. So, oh my god, Cadenzie with the lurkers on the high ground. They're not in range. Oh, not in range. The vessel, the tank's going to be able to deal with this as well. A lot of the SCVs actually going down there. 5 of them, in fact. But this is going to be another drop. Hydra's coming in behind. kogeT actually picking up, flying the other way, but is going to manage to drive away the tanks for now. That's going to allow him to try and do what he can, but the vessel taking down those lurkers. The tank's in a very, very nice position, by the way. kogeT's position on his units has been absolutely flawless so far. Cadenzie, of course, sending all of her units back to try and defend against this. Really should take down this power generator if she can. Obviously, that leads are open to vultures, but we're likely not going to see vultures for at least the time being. And I mean, Cadenzie's still trying to hold on. The single lone Zergling is still hiding there. There's still no 2nd spawning pool. But Cadenzie is very, very far behind at the moment. She's very far behind in drone count. kogeT is already very, very well saturated on both of his bases. That poor Ling, the only Ling left on the map, is going to go down to a Wraith. It's not often you really see that. I mean, the Ling may get away. This Wraith is not having too much luck. This Ling, let's see exactly how far it's going to be able to get. I kind of want to keep an eye on it and see what's going to happen, but back in kogeT's base, he's still building off of 2 barracks, getting range for his bio now, and we should see him getting ready for a big push. Looks like the Ling did manage to survive, so that's a hero. But this is already 7 lurkers back at home. Hydra is here as well, pushing across the map, seeing what she can do. Looks like we still only have Lair, nothing like a hive coming in just yet. The evolution chamber did manage to survive, so that's going to be +1 attack, or +1 carapace already done, +2 carapace on the way. One of the overlords going to go down to yet another wraith, so kogeT's still being active with this wraith 16 minutes into the game. Really, really clever, really, really smart. Welcome, Sham2, good to see you here, man. Hopefully everything worked out yesterday, because that was a bit funky. We've got Irradiate on the way, +1 attack on the way from kogeT, and a dropship being scouted by this Overlord. Really, really good Overlord position by Cadenzie, actually. But this is a big, big bio drop. There's not actually that much to defend. There's actually no Hydralisk back at home. They're all at the third base. It doesn't look like Cadenzie saw this. This is going to be a big, big move if she can, or if kogeT can make this drop land in the main. I mean, it looks like Cadenzie did see it again on the minimap, but there's still no reaction. Oh, this could be a big, big moment. Cadenzie is actually building up a lot of bank. Now, wait. Okay, this is like some next level drop shenanigans. Wait, is this replay bugged? I think this replay is bugged. I mean, yeah, broken replay, guys. Okay, so let's go back here. I'll reload the replay. Now, Ian will probably be the first to say that whenever I reload replays, Terran usually wins. So let's see if that's gonna happen again. What minute mark were we on? We're about 15 minutes, right? Bugged from the start. Looked like normal Cadenzie macro. Oh my god. That's kind of funny. But yeah, we'll load in the replay again. I'll get it to the right location. If I go back to about 14 minutes... No, that's a little bit too early. Okay, where are we? Right, okay, so it's not just yet. Okay, I think we're there. Oops, wrong button. There we go. So, we're back in the game. We've got kogeT actually mining. We have his barracks doing what they need to do. I think the upgrades are done at this point. Kind of awkward, but we're going to see a Wraith chasing down that Ling. That Ling is a very big linchpin, but one difference is in this game is you can see that Cadenzie has a lot more units. She's being a lot more active with her units as well. The Wraith looks like it's actually going to get both of the Overlords. That's probably why there was no reaction from Cadenzie before. Two of your games were considered. Yeah, one was definitely broken. It was the TVZ against Cold. That replay broke heavily, and then you won when I brought it back up rapidly. So it's all good. But Cadenzie once again supply blocked. The Hydralisk doing a lot more this time. Third hatchery coming up. You can see there's no contingent of Hydralisk just sat here for no reason. So the replay is definitely continuing as expected. kogeT building up a lot of units right now. Range is nearly done. Engineering bay, science facility with science facility with the Irradiate coming up as well. We've got that dropship coming in. What the heck is going on up here? What on earth was that? APM doesn't drop to 0 when the replay is bugged. It's really weird. We've got the dropship coming in though. I genuinely do not know what exactly is going on. Sexy dropship working. But there we go. Looks like kogeT is building up a big army. Looks like he's going to go for a big push. What is... Okay, so there is a reaction this time. There's Hydralisk in the main. We didn't see that before. This is why kogeT actually dropped some of his units in here to kill this Overlord. This is obviously a big, big move. There's no... Or there is a single medic with this, so this isn't the strongest drop. Not going to be able to stay alive too long. Hydra's going to move in across here to try and defend against this, though. And if the units bounce back into the dropship, they can maybe get into the main. But it looks like Cadenzie's already ready for this. She's trapped the dropship up here. The dropship, though, gonna fly away with the units intact. And that's going to be a big, big move here for kogeT. He needs every single unit he can. We see 5, 6 tanks. No, that is 5 tanks. A lot of Marines. A good number of medics coming in now as well. Double science facility. Double science vessel even. 5 barracks all coming in. And I mean, this is going to be a very, very difficult push for Cadenzie to be able to stop. Realistically, what is she going to do? Looks like kogeT is going to take his third base here as he pushes. Securing a base as you expand, a very, very strong move in TVZ. And that siege is going to be doing a lot of damage if Cadenzie tries to engage this. Now, Cadenzie does have a single base over here. This Wraith on 7 kills. About to get an 8th one as well on this drone. It obviously takes a long, long time to kill this, but Cadenzie can't really react to this. She has to worry about the push, and this is why moves like this is so, so good in games like Brood War and Warcraft 3, when you're using a lot of APM, a lot of mind share on trying to defend a certain area. If someone has higher APM and they can drop somewhere, they can do something somewhere else, you are going to have a very, very hard time trying to deal with this. A good deep matrix coming down on top of the front tank. And it looks like this could be a little bit too much. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit, get rid of the overlay as well to keep an eye on this in its full glory. But a lot of the units from Cadenzie going down already. And unfortunately, it looks like the curse of the broken replay has continued. I reload the game. Terran is winning. And yeah, Cadenzie unfortunately had gas bang very, very high right now, unable to get Hive. The final units from Cadenzie actually going in, not even managing to kill a single tank. Great D-matrixes by kogeT. And unfortunately it looks like this is going to be the end of the game. The carapace upgrades are not going to finish. GG! And kogeT takes down Cadenzie to bring us to a 2-1 lead, or 2-0 lead for Net Wars. Okay, so that was a pretty sick game. Once again, these two teams obviously are very, well, they're quite evenly matched. That was obviously not the most normal game from Cadenzie. Going a lurker build, obviously not her main strength, but obviously when it's a little bit laggy, a little bit easier to go for lurkers. I just want to say a huge thank you to Radley and Yeti as well, who always organize the replay folder so easily for me. I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break, and we'll be back after this with some more STPL action. It's going to be Cryok versus, who did I see? Cryok versus Zero. So Mr. BSL himself against the person who's had problems with BSL. This is going to be interesting. So see you guys in just over 5 minutes.